Bang the tweet. Oh, he's still sorting that out. Sorry, bro.
We're live. He could have told us, couldn't he?
Yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah, he didn't say, right, I'm pushing you live. Will's had a nightmare today, hasn't he? All right.
He rarely ever does, though.
No, he doesn't. He's a Dennis Irwin in many ways.
He's about as consistent as he gets.
He is. He's a pure Dennis Irwin, everyone. Hi, everyone. I wasn't late, but there was cable problems down here.
I wasn't.
Not a lot of luck with tech last week or so, have we?
I was on stereotype. What? I was unstereotypically not the one that was late. But what we're here to talk about, your favourite boy.
Pochettino.
Now we're here to talk about the next United manager. Poch.
I actually still think it very much could be, and I'm going to get clipped up to fuck with everything I'm about to say on this and a video that's going out on Friday as well.
Right, go on. Fire away.
Okay, did you watch the game last night?
Because I've got no precursor. I've not actually heard what he said yet, so go on.
Did you watch the game last night?
Yeah, I did. I watched every minute of it.
What was your thoughts?
I thought that Ancelotti schooled Poch in the second half. I thought Real Madrid made a lot of adjustments and Ancelotti made tactical adjustments and Poch didn't respond. And he just watched the game get away from him towards the end there.
I thought Real Madrid played possum very well.
Yeah.
And I thought I would like to have seen more attempt to hold off the game from Paris once they got their noses in front.
Yeah, exactly. How do they lose a tie in that span with the talent that they have when they're 2-0 up on aggregate going into one half of football remaining? What was the team talk? That's what I want to know.
I do empathise, sympathise.
Yeah.
Actually empathise as well with having 3 players that won't play for a team in Mbappe, Neymar and Messi. They're not playing for the team.
I think Mbappe does a little bit more.
A little bit more, yeah, but you'll still see him doing a lot of walking around and not engaging and all the rest of it. And I get that it's probably difficult if you're the only forward out of them 3.
Running in behind.
That would. The running in behind, he definitely does. He definitely does that. I'm talking more out of possession.
Yeah.
Out of possession.
All 3 of them.
The 3 of them just check out.
They're immediately not goal side, aren't they?
No, they immediately just go, get the ball back then. I'll be here when you do. Like, that's it. That's all you get from them. Yeah. Which means that you're playing with 6 outfield players, 7 players, or 8 players, 7 outfield players to try and combat Real Madrid, who haven't got a star-studded team currently. Very workmanlike Real Madrid. Actually good to watch under Ancelotti this season. Yeah, Benzema, mate. All season I've been touching myself about him.
I've loved Benzema his whole career. Every time I've watched him, every time I've seen him for years, I've just thought, we've been robbed as English football fans. It's going to sound a bit like greedy here.
Not seeing him
I'm not seeing him in the Premier League. Because I think Benzema is one of them players, you get these few players in Europe that I think he would have banged even more in the Prem.
I think it
suits him. I think it suits him down to the ground.
He's a lot more physical than he shows in Europe and in Spain, and he's got the ability to be physical. I just think he's an excellent footballer. He's just an excellent player, and there was almost an inevitability about him last night. I was fucking loving watching it.
It almost felt like Benzema versus PSG at points in the first half. Anyway, Real Madrid didn't turn up. PSG were carrying the majority of the threat. It was kind of the Mbappe show in the first half. And even then, Benzema pulled up a few headers, a curling effort where I don't know how Donnarumma saved that. So I feel like Donnarumma almost gave him the goal back in the second half. He's just 34 years old. He doesn't look like he slowed down.
How they struck so fast. It was almost like, hang on. He's not going to get... I don't know why I didn't think it was getting given, but they struck so quick, and it was so shell-shocking to everyone that you're kind of like, wait, is this real?
If we were watching it shell-shocked. I'm thinking what PSG felt like. Then you're looking at the team, who's there pulling it together, thinking, let's regroup. I thought, surely it's gone 2-1. The run of the caution momentum's the other way. I'm thinking, if you're PSG...
The tie's not over, mate.
Settle, like...
The tie ain't over. In the slightest. The tie is still a tie here. But the mentality of them Paris players was just to, all right, that's it. So
there's even a sequence where he stopped trying to score, and I felt like he was doing they kept possession. I remember there was a sequence where he must have had it for about 50 passes, and I thought, they're taking this thing out of the game managing, but try and get that extra goal, try and put it to bed, because there's chances here. I was watching PSG Real Madrid yesterday.
Or even ride out that 5-minute whirlwind that you were getting from Real Madrid. Real Madrid started to get chances. Like, there was that 3-minute period from about 68 to 71-ish.
Yeah.
Right before Real Madrid scored, where Paris just played some of the most high-level football I've ever seen. They just was so dominant, so in control, excellent off-the-ball movement, enthusiasm, quality that you've not seen. And Real Madrid were engaging with it for a little bit, but then this is where either Ancelotti or Benzema or a combination of who they had in the teams experience started to show. And they started to drop off. And they started to go, okay, we're not going to waste energy chasing after you here. You're not hurting us. There is a bit of a desperation to get the ball back, but we're going to let you have it there, and we're going to just sit off you and watch. And what happens when the teams start sitting off you and watch, you creep up that defensive line. And you started to see Marquinhos and Kimpembe getting closer to the halfway line. And as soon as they started getting close to the halfway line, that's when Real Madrid was like using a bit of a pressing trigger, in my opinion. And that's when they started to look for a poor touch or look for someone turning the wrong way and look to try and pounce on a ball. And that, for me, was where their chances came from. They rushed it a little bit, and I was texting you throughout the game on. I think Vinicius was getting a lot of flowers yesterday, but I thought it was a little rushed and a little raw.
He was raw and erratic with his end product. I kind of got what you saw from, like, you do a lot of good things and either lose it or he's the wrong pass or he's a bit edgy. But I thought
he was a net positive.
He was a net positive. He was a threat because that is the worst game I've ever seen Hakimi play. And you know what it is? Hakimi's meant to be one of the best right backs in the world. And I think
I'd say he is.
I think Vinicius gave him fits yesterday.
Well, pace and agility is always a problem for people, isn't it? That's the truth, right? Pace and agility, you got to work hard to deal with that. But yeah, I thought from a managerial point of view, when they scored the first, it's not a problem. You're still in the tie.
Is it the cluelessness where he looked a little bit helpless whenever the camera panned onto him on the sidelines when it was running away from him?
Maybe. But I think that's cruel. You also don't know that that's live either. You don't know if they've had that to use that. Like, I don't think you get the whole truth out of... Like, they choose to go to Ollie sometimes when he was, like, looking like with a big gawping face on him looking at the iPad. There's a director's decision in doing that.
I definitely think it's live. I think they have a camera panned onto the manager at all times, and they decide when to go to it.
Yeah, that was good. Like, there might have been a moment where he sees his arse and he goes, throws his hands in the air.
Yeah.
And it's because someone misplaced a pass or someone didn't see a pass that was on. Actually, nothing bad happened, but you didn't play a pass that was on. And they've gone, loop that. We'll fucking use that in a minute. Like, I don't trust it. There's always narratives being told.
And you know who else I want to speak about? I want to speak about Kimpembe. I've never ever saw the hype in him, you know.
Not as much as Marquinhos. Marquinhos is a ball.
Marquinhos is someone who I think...
Can we agree on this? The 11 on paper of Paris Saint-Germain is the best 11 in the world. No one can anyone put a better man-for-man 11 out than them?
And even then, I think when he's starting people like Danilo in midfield, I'm like, I don't know, start Idrissa Gueye instead on the bench, or you've got Ronaldo in it.
Idrissa Gueye, you've got
Ronaldo didn't come on.
You've got Verratti.
Draxler. Di Maria on the bench.
It's a fucking disgusting team. Is there a better 11 in world football?
Probably not, no.
But it ain't a team.
It's not a team because of the front three.
We've got a super chat here. You want to get a super chat in? Crack on. We will come to the questions anyway. We'll get a minute. We just wanted to throw this out there first. A source high up in SFC, Southampton, like it says Ralph Hasenhüttl, so I assume so. So that United have been in talks with him over Ralph Hasenhüttl, potential backup or underdog main contender. Well, fuckers, I literally just finished recording a video where I talk about the 5, because I do
mystery.
I do like lists of 5.
Yeah.
And I'll give you a sneaky one. Ralph Hasenhüttl was one of those 5. But it's 5 managers that aren't Ten Hag or Pochettino that I think could have an outside chance. And I'll go through the pros and cons of all of those. So check that out. What time are you uploading that, Will? About 6 o'clock tonight. So get the notifications on and come and check that out.
It's better than the 6 o'clock news, tell you that.
Get the rest of your questions in. So yeah, they're not a team.
They're not, but I don't know. It's like
Farhan says Madrid have a better squad. No, they don't. No, they do not.
I don't
Absolutely
think.
Absolutely not.
I don't think. I agree with people saying that Kimpembe is way overrated. He is. I just never seen him look good. He looks clumsy on the ball. He looks a bit stiff. He looks very mistake prone. He's not like athletic. I'm like, what's the fascination with him? I look at Kimpembe playing in a team like PSG, and I think I'm sure you can find at least 50 centre halves in Europe better.
50's a shout.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't know if you're finding 50.
Probably is.
I think that's a bit giddy.
Yeah, you do like him, but I just don't see it. I thought the left back was decent for the most part. The young kid, Nuno Mendes. Other than that, I think Donnarumma looked like one of the best keepers in the world, apart from the mistake he made, and that was pretty much the downfall from it. Well, I just wanted to see where was the reaction, where was the kind of
there's no
where's
reaction.
Poch, where I just don't see how you can bottle it like that and it not be an indictment on you, because now it looks he's been at PSG for how long has he been now? Year and a half. He lost a one-horse race in the League One against Lille, right, last year. Now he's probably going to win it this year. But even though they've had a few shaky results in their respective league as well,
they've killed
their whole model was around winning the Champions League, and he's bottled that as well. And I'm like, is Pochettino the guy? Who knows? I think this case is for and the case is against. I know you're going to go through them, but it was.
Yeah,
I
said the other day, we're doing a video. I'm going to try and be objective in this. No one watching this channel is in any doubt here whatsoever, but I don't want Poch. But what I will do is I will explore the reasons why people do want him. What is the case for him? I will do that. And then I'll give you the why I'm against him. But I'm also going to do the case for and against Ten Hag. I'm going to do both. Yeah. Because I have heard some things on Ten Hag from very, very, very reliable sources, players who played under him and things like that, about what he might struggle with at Old Trafford. So I'm going to, I don't think there's a perfect ticks every single box candidate out there.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a bit of risk with every single one of them. It's just, can you get the right one? And can you back him and empower him to actually do the job that needs doing?
Yeah.
It's a big job.
But I don't know, because we're talking about dark horses. We're not going to get into it because that's the video later.
He is a dark horse.
Who?
Black Beauty.
Black Beauty?
Black Beauty.
Who's that?
It's a black horse.
The only
Tom Ryder with a super chat there says, does it even matter?
The only black horse. Wait, what? Wait, what? I feel like the only black horse I've seen is the Lloyds Bank logo.
Okay.
Is that?
Forget about.
Is that where it's come from?
No. Does it even matter which manager we get when our players don't care and our club is rotten higher up? Ten Hag is the shit anyway, though. This is the one. It doesn't matter who you get in. You might as well let me and Ronnie do it. If you're not going to empower the guy to actually change it into his culture.
Do you know what? The issue is with the Ten Hag thing is people have literally come and said that he's adamant he wants to go somewhere with a structure.
But we got a structure, it's not a good one.
But what we do know is this next managerial appointment, is it the most important one yet? Since Fergie's left?
Nah. They're all important. They've all been important and they've all been mistakes.
It's now almost exactly a decade, isn't it? Since he's dipped.
Whoever the new manager is will hopefully finish the season. Oh, Jesus, if he doesn't, it's gone well west. Hopefully they'll finish the season. And it'll be the 10th anniversary since United last won a title. I remember doing a video on Google Hangout days on MUFC Latest, and we were talking about...
wow, 10 years, man.
Yeah.
I felt like we've sleepwalked towards that as well, Yeah. That's the scariest part.
I remember talking about under Moyes' appointment, and I said, look, I don't think we're going to win the league, and it might be a minute, and we might need to do a rebuild, my exact phrase I think I used was, it's going to fucking suck, right? And it's going to suck for a while. And I said, it might even suck for 5 years. Fucking hell, did I undercook that one? But the thing is, though, I don't actually know if we're actually in a better shape now than when we were in 2014. Arguably, we've lost the experience and winners of Carrick, of Rooney, of RVP, of Rio, of Vidic. We've lost all these winners. Like Giggs has left the squad now, and they've been replaced with pretenders. But there is did you see any of the video from last night?
You're live. Yeah.
So we talked about the cultural reset that Sir Alex Ferguson was allowed to make. So Sir Alex, when he came in, some serious cult heroes, Whiteside, Hughes, Robson, McGrath, Stapleton. The ones he thought were useful, obviously great characters, Hughes, Robbo. The ones he didn't think were useful, they were a bit too injury prone.
Yeah.
Your Whitesides, your McGraths, sorry lads, moved on. But he was allowed to move them on. And they were cult heroes. And he made mistakes. He brought Ralph Milne in, who goes, he's literally the worst fucking signing in the history of the club. To replace the likes of Whiteside and Stapleton. Didn't work. But he was allowed to make those changes. Replaced Whiteside with like Viv Anderson and then replaced him again with Gary Pallister because Viv Anderson wasn't working out. He was also towards the end of his career. But you allowed Fergie to do it, and it took him 5 or 6 years to really start changing it properly to where we could compete. But it was a cultural reset in terms of... Now, at the moment, there might be a bit too... I can't think of the word I want to say. A real lack of leadership, let's put it diplomatically. So you got some older senior players, the likes of maybe Maguire, De Gea, even Bruno, maybe Matic, maybe Rashford. Players that are senior in the club, but not leaders. In the traditional sense, at least.
Yeah.
And maybe that's the sort of cartel that kind of shouldn't be the senior leader players at the club. And maybe that is in the 80s, it was a drinking culture. And maybe it's a blame culture now. Maybe that's the difference. Maybe it's like in the 80s, it was drinking culture. Now, the history's repeated itself, but it's not the same. It's another issue, but the issue is still there. And do you need to bring in harder working, more humble, more hungry players? And that's essentially what Fergie did. He brought in characters, Steve Bruce, Dennis Irwin, good pros, people that are renowned for being good pros. Do we need to find the same thing? And I actually think that's one of the reasons why Declan Rice's name keeps coming up, because he's supposedly got the right stuff going on, a leader, accountability.
Like the minerals.
Yeah. Someone that's going to call someone else out, someone that's going to set the tempo.
The cost, though.
Yeah, his cost makes no sense to me, but maybe that's why his name keeps coming up. Even if we don't sign him, maybe that's the right stuff.
People are looking at Declan Rice and think he kind of fits that kind of prototype of the player that you've been describing, that the players that United used to have that fitted the culture, that was all about winning.
But you supplement that. We ain't got the class of 92 no, but we might have the class of 22.
Yeah.
Some lads out, hopefully, congratulations on them as well for reaching the final of the FA Youth Cup. Hopefully they can push on, get over the line, win the FA Youth Cup, and create their own legacy at Manchester United.
Who United playing in the Youth Cup final?
The other semi-final's not been decided yet.
It'll likely be Chelsea in it.
I don't even know who's in it.
I think it is Chelsea.
Is it Villa and Chelsea?
I think it's Villa and Chelsea.
If there's a possibility...
Chelsea's monopoly over youth football.
Of some of those, Garnacho maybe,
Yeah.
giving him an opportunity, he fucking looks good, doesn't he?
Yeah.
McNeil again, scoring in the big moments, fucking draws them massive.
Yeah, I did a little bit of look into Garnacho. I didn't know he come from Atletico Madrid. They've got a good track record of forwards.
And he's good.
Yeah.
He's good.
Apparently,
you watch him and kind of like... Do you remember watching Sancho at 18? You kind of hold your breath.
Yeah.
He's got a bit of that factor.
Yeah.
You kind of go... When he gets on the ball in the final third, you just go...
Now, people need to realise how ridiculous Sancho was on that academy level. He fucking joked.
And the crazy thing is, he was levels below Greenwood at 18 as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. Greenwood's scary.
But maybe that's the cultural reboot. Some of these pretenders, a lot of them, you just got to go. You got to go. We've got to be ruthless. And here's the thing, right? It ain't going to affect our championship run next season because there ain't going to be one. If you're being honest with yourself, United are not winning the league next year or the year after. So why are we hanging on to all these fucking pretenders? Bullet them and bring in players that you think have got the right stuff, because you don't know. You don't know someone's got the right stuff.
Yeah.
But you've got to make the decision to think, this guy's got it, I'm going to bring him in. And you bring in, I didn't mention Garnacho last night, but maybe he's another wide forward option alongside McNeil. And just as long as they're getting minutes and putting pressure on the first team. Because you know, hopefully Ralph appoints someone in the same mould as him, where he's gone, who's the fucking kid? Alanga. Yeah, I like him. Put him on the bench. Right, kid, go and have a fucking run out. Oh, he scored. Right, you're on another run out. Oh, he scored again. Right, you're on another run out. That's all it takes. Now you're a first-team player. Garnacho, McNeil, Hannibal, Garner, Levitt. Go do it. Go become part of this squad. Let's have a cultural reboot.
It might look that way, you know. We've gone through the route of spending. Obviously, we saw the graphic during the derby about how we spent upwards of the same amount as City.
A lot of theirs is still there, though, hasn't?
Yeah, in the past decade or so. Yeah, that means that they've spent wisely and we haven't.
Correct.
Which is something we've been saying for years now. Maybe United do need to make a slight adjustment in approach and think, should we look at the youth a little bit more?
United
should we
spend like me on Amazon at 2 a.m. Shit, I have
just
to
2
justify
a.m.
to the missus.
Just 2 a.m.
Yeah.
You all the time, 24 hours.
Just things that, why have we got this?
Yeah.
Don't know, I liked it at the time. I was drunk. That's what we've done. we spent 80 million on Harry Maguire because we were fucking rummed out of our minds at 2 a.m. on a Sunday morning. And then it comes to Thursday, and now I'm trying to justify why I've
what's the thing,
a
though?
fucking exercise bike.
The same way that people think about the minerals in Declan Rice, reckon it's the same thing people thought about Maguire before he came.
Have you seen that? I know you've seen it.
Yeah.
That fucking Merson clip.
Yeah.
What's hilarious is he also tried to defend that we weren't playing to his strengths or something the other day, which I guess actually is still kind of in line with his point. But his point was flawless, wasn't it?
Nah, but Merson's usually known for being extremely anti. Oh, we got a couple of super chats. Anti-United, but I'm not going to lie, he was spot on about Maguire. Like, word for word, though. Like, literally wasn't missing. And it is basically summed up why Maguire struggled. I think we were sold a proper pipe dream by the player that he was.
No, I think we had a system in place. It was being a counter-attacking, reactive team. He came in and let's not rewrite history. He was a very solid player early doors. And so was Wan-Bissaka.
It's because he was an upgrade.
Had flaws.
The issue with Maguire is when he initially came, he came after a situation where we literally was centre-halfless for a season.
Yeah, and you had Rojo with injury issues, Phil Jones with injury issues.
Smalling. To be fair, Smalling was weird, man. Smalling could look... He had that odd, ridiculous game where he was like...
Smalling looked bad because we were asking him to play out. I actually think...
Defensively, he's not a bad defender in it. I've always going to say Chris
1v1
Smalling...
halfway line, now, Smalling would look better than Maguire.
Good in his own box as well, Smalling.
But you ask him to play out, it looks like his hip's going to fucking dislocate.
He weren't football.
Like, he literally could not... Like, you like the view that I have in the Stretford End, don't you?
Yeah.
It's a very tactical view.
Yeah.
It's a great view to be able to not move your head and see the whole pitch like it's on a tactics board. And it allows you to see a lot of things that you wouldn't get from the long side or a bit lower down. And one of the things that used to fucking break me is that I could see Smalling, and I see it a little bit with Maguire now, I could see Smalling winding up to make a 20-metre pass just across the back line.
I used to see that from Fred as well, you know. Anything more than 10 yards, and Fred lifts it.
Yeah, he's got to like psych himself up.
Yeah.
Right, think. Put my foot down.
Scooper.
Just talking himself through the
Pass
technique.
detail.
Right, let's have a look at these super chats. Abhinav Verma says, Fergie recommended Ancelotti for a reason. I think it's 10 years too late with Ancelotti.
Yeah.
I think we need a cultural reset, and Ancelotti's going to come in and just be like, he'd just keep it going the way it is. He's not gonna bring in sports science, and United are behind in these things. We got. I think as much as fun as Ancelotti would have been, it should have been him or Mourinho after Fergie.
Didn't evolve, did we?
And then move into the next era. But I think let's just let it move on now. Peter Kelly says Steve missed a live last night, but if Everton do go down with the points deduction, do you get Godfrey or still try and get Schlotterbeck? Godfrey's had a shit season this season, hasn't he?
Yeah.
COVID hopefully is the reason for that, and hopefully he recovers and cracks on, because there was a real talent in Godfrey, I thought.
Yeah, Everton's just a bit of a mess, but I really liked Godfrey before. I thought he was athletic. I thought he had that modern fullback. Not modern fullback, even though I do know he does play there, and he has got the kind of versatility to do that. But I looked at Godfrey and thought, I could see him at United, playing a high line. He's got recovery speed, he's got strength, he's athletic. But I don't know where it's gone wrong for him a little bit.
Shout out to one of my mates who watches the channel, who works in data in football, and I think I can say that and not get him in any trouble.
What's he saying, yo?
He was talking about Godfrey's data. Godfrey's data on corners against, not good. A lot of the other stuff about him, it is very good, but yeah, that particular thing, not good. Bit of a weakness, but I think that's probably something you can work on.
Yeah, it's because the thing, the issue with Godfrey is he's not nailed down whether he's a right back or a centre half.
I think he's a centre half.
It's a bit
but this season's not really. Do you like couple of seasons ago, we're like, right, this is the season now. We're going to find out, is it Henderson, is it De Gea? And then we got to the end of the season, and they both played kind of like similar amount, and you didn't know. That's similar sort of things happened with Godfrey. Because they've been fucking about with back three as well, haven't they, a little bit? So that's not really helped him. Akshay Dwaka says, what do I think of Alvaro Fernandez for left back? And can you guys do a promote, loan or sell for the under 23s and under 18s?
I've liked what I've seen of Fernandez.
I like what I've seen of him, but here's the thing: at 18s, you kind of need to look undeniable to have a shot.
Yeah,
I don't know if I could say undeniable. I think he's looked very good. I think he's maybe a hair underneath the undeniable. But again, defending's weird.
I don't know. I think you don't need to look undeniable as a fullback. Do you know what I mean? But then again, at 17, Luke Shaw was starting in the Premier League.
This is true.
For Southampton.
Yeah.
And he was a bit of a prodigy as well.
And Ethan Laird did look undeniable.
Yeah.
His only issue is fucking injuries.
Some people, but the translation from that youth level to actual professional men's football, it's so unpredictable at times because it's so multivariate. Sometimes a player can look undeniable and then they go and then they don't transition well. Some people kick on late. For example, was McTominay undeniable when he was like 20?
No, McTominay was playing number 9.
Exactly. Maybe we've seen that. Why?
What they were doing is McTominay or Matty Willock, because Jose would. Here's what I know what happened. Someone at the club wanted to buy. Fucking hell, I can't remember the kid's name now. There was a striker that United got from Aldershot, and he'd been playing first team at Aldershot, and he was like 20. And United wanted to buy him for the under 23s, and it was like 500 grand, 400 grand. You're like, in the grand scheme of things, nothing. And Jose said, I got too much of a job on my hands with the first team, which, okay, fair enough. But what's Nicky Butt's job then as academy director? Surely Nicky Butt must be able to sanction 1 or 2 signings to help the rest of the under 23s develop, surely. So instead of having an actual striker for the 23s, and here's the other thing, like, could we not run a trial? There must be some unattached players at 19, 20 that are actually a bit sick.
Yeah.
I was saying this to Rio about Rooney. Like, could he not run a trial? Because they had them weird restrictions on him. And he didn't know what the answer was. But I was like, more clubs should run trials. Like open, come and play for Derby County. People would come from fucking miles around. If you sifted through 1,000 players, you get one that would bolster your squad.
I think they've got time to do that.
I think you should make time to do that.
That sounds
Look how much players are worth.
That'd be a waste of time, that. Nah, there's no way any club at that level and above does that. Because realistically, the chance of finding an absolute diamond in the rough, like you're mentioning, is probably 1 in a million, I reckon.
Oh, it's not 1 in 1. It's definitely not 1 in a million.
I reckon so.
You
just
think, right,
just come trial for Derby County. Anyone that's good enough to bolster a championship team's squad will already be good enough.
It's no one that plays Tuesday nights at Power League that's doing that. It's not. But there might be boys playing Northern Prem that actually don't look out of place when they get there. Not loads, not 400 of them, but enough to come and be seen at a trial, I think. Especially, it depends on what you're looking for. Are you looking for someone to start and play 40 games for you? No. You can find someone to bolster a squad, especially when you've got no money. And here's a kid that's playing for 200 quid a week at Ashton
You do know
United.
they borderline do that anyway. Championship League One side. I don't know. Lower Championship League One sides. Every single pre-season, they would have had trialists and people that go in and open trial. Ish do it. Sometimes you find players from lower levels that can bolster, but I don't know. It's a bit of a fantasy, that I think.
Apnabid King Eric says Poch might be better at handling big name egos. Where's this come from?
I don't know why people say that.
Is it because he is literally working with them? I don't know if he's necessarily working with them well, though. I mean, just the fact that I guess there are big names at the club doesn't mean he's doing a good job of them, though. And if anything, I would argue he's not. But for a ruthless reboot and club upgrade with young, hungry kids, nothing is better than Ten Hag. Ten Hag does seem to have a proven track record of bringing in. He's actually done a rebuild. Ajax needed. I was going to say, he did a rebuild.
It's cohesive, isn't it? When we're talking about maybe looking at the youth, kind of merging it that way, kind of going towards that culturally rather than this big spend and getting it wrong. If we have got a decent class of 22 coming through, maybe someone like Ten Hag, who is good with the youth, could be someone that would be perfect.
You've got in it that you come in and he goes, yeah,
Yeah.
The 10-14 that I said last night, hit the fucking road. Right, Garnacho, Alvarez, McNeil, Hugo.
Yep.
Your first team squad now. You're not going to play week in, week out. But if you prove yourself, you will play. And then you bring back your Garner, your Galbraith, your Levitt, your Laird, your Williams, your Mengi, your Bernard. You go say, lads, you've got the opportunity to become a fucking legend here. Let's go.
Do you know what? I was going to say that we need to address the elephant in the room because a lot of people have mentioned it throughout the pod.
I've seen it, but let's talk about that after I talk to you about your balls.
Why do you want to talk to me about my balls?
I want to talk to you about your balls, Ronaldo.
All right, go ahead then. Talk about my balls.
Spring has sprung, and our friends at Manscaped have the best tools for the spring cleaning in your pants. Summer's coming, Ronnie. Summer is coming. So like winter is coming, you get a big coat, you get wrapped up. Well, summer is coming, you need to trim your shit.
You 100% do, unless you want to sweat like a...
I'm debating Manscaped. My operation's now on Monday, so I'm debating Manscaping my shins because I don't want to... I've got hairy shins and legs. I'm debating Manscaping my shins just because I don't need anyone to like sew a hair back inside.
Why are you saying it like that? Manscaping my shins. Why don't you just say shave your legs?
Well, because I'm using Manscaped. So I'm manscaping them, right? So your confidence will be blooming. Whether you're shaving your shins or your gooch, right?
Yeah.
You can have it blooming like the flowers of spring. Time to clear out the winter bush and join 4 million men who trust Manscaped. And we've got a code for you. The code is XG20 and you're going to get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. You got a care bundle. Inside the care bundle, you've got a lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, you've got a weed whacker, you've got nose hair remover, you've got crop preserver, ball deodorant, you've got crop reviver, toner for your balls, so your nuts can look like Jay's head. Shiny.
Nothing glossier.
Lawnmower 4.0 is a pube assassin. It's waterproof. You can take it in the shower. You can shower in the dark with it if you want. I mean, it's odd, but you got to do it, right? No one's going to be psyched. You get your cock and balls out in the summer with a young lady or a young man, and they're going to be like, listen, mate, what the fuck is this? It's 2022. You're going around like you've got someone's afro in a fucking triangle. What's going on?
That's going to basically be leaking down your leg if you don't shave it in summer.
Sort your shit out, lads. Right? And I'm addressing the lads in the room here because it's Manscaped. It's cock and balls shaving. So get it done. You know you need to. And like I said many times, you're going to fuck up, right? As men, we accept this. We're forgetful. If we're honest, we don't really care. Prevent the fuck up by getting one of these boxes and that special gent in your life, whether it's a boyfriend, whether it's a husband, whether it's a dad, an uncle, or just the old fucking fella that gets his dick out at you when you're on the bus, right? Get them a Manscaped, and when it's their birthday or their special occasion or whatever it is, literally give them the Manscaped. Once your mum comes to you and she goes, you fucking forgot whoever's birthday. And you go, oh, shit. Oh, no, I didn't, actually. Here we go. Got him that.
I don't think there's nothing better than getting someone, especially a man. Could be a woman. Don't discriminate. Womanscaped. Works. I don't think there's anything I'd like more than getting someone to shave my pair of balls. What about you?
I'm into it. But the most important thing is go to manscaped.com, use the code XG20, get 20% off and free shipping. They support the channel. Go support them. They're a long-term sponsor of ours, so go support them. Go get it in there. Get yourself a bargain. XG20, manscaped.com. And like I said, here's the thing, right? How many times you go, oh, fuck's sake. I do this all the time with people. I have no idea what I'm going to get you. It's whoever's birthday, what am I going to get them? Oh, fuck's sake, I don't know. So I'm just going to go on Amazon, click on the gift thing and go like gift ideas for whoever. Whereas if it's a man, we've solved it for you. Just get him here's the thing. Oh, what do I buy the man who's got everything? Just get him a fucking ball shaver. The chances of him having it are slim. And if he's already got one, let's hope it was the 3.0 and you just upgraded his ass. There you go. XG20 at manscaped.com. Get it done. Sam Grimshaw says Grandscaped. There you go. It's a future one. It'll be a grey shaver. Blue Unity says Chelsea not allowed to take part in the summer transfer window, not allowed to sign or give players contracts. So the name you were talking about in the chat like fuck is Tuchel. Now is Tuchel ready to jump ship? Or is this everyone just going 1 + 1 = 74?
There's a bit of that, and I think there's assurances in it. I don't know, like, if Chelsea are in a complete mess, everyone might want to jump ship. And I think Tuchel...
I like Tuchel.
Like, Alex was literally saying that he's chased the money. He's gone from PSG to Chelsea. You know United aren't going to be shy with offering money. Would he not come? Would he upgrade us? Is he a better option than Poch and Ten Hag? Probably. Possibly.
He's got that Premier League experience.
Yeah.
Hasn't necessarily been successful in the Premier League. Obviously won Champions League. You can fluke a cup. So you always got to take that in mind. But had a great run. Definitely did some things to Chelsea. Now, was that because he was just better than Frank Lampard, or was that because he had a really good squad and Lampard's not a very good coach?
Yeah, Lampard's not really looking that very... He's not looking great, is he? I think Lampard might be on forward watch. Honestly.
Our friend who's give us the data has just texted me saying 50 centre-backs better than Kimpembe. Your friend, hang on. Your friend being on the grass. Fuck me, what a statement. He disagrees. Kid, can you give us the data? Where does the data rank?
What, me being
Kimpembe?
on the grass?
Where's Kimpembe ranked in the data? Text me and I'll read it out before we finish.
Nah, not having Kimpembe.
I'm saying not 50, you're mad.
No, what the stat? Hey, listen.
Mako, yeah, they're only allowed to spend 20 grand on away travel. I don't know if you could even do that. Right, there's 25 footballers got to go. There's probably 50 staff need to go.
They can take the ferry.
You ain't doing that on a ferry still. That's going to cost you more than that. With a hotel. The only way that I think they're going to get away with this in any way, shape or form with away travel is like someone's got a private jet and they let them have it for free.
Could probably take Kante out of that. Could probably run there. But other than that, I think the rest of them. But what I also saw was about Rudiger. There's a possibility that he could leave because his contract's up in the summer and he can't re-sign him now.
Yeah,
he's definitely on his way to Real Madrid, though, isn't he?
Yeah, Real Madrid are going to do an absolute supermarket sweep. They're probably going to get Pogba, Rudiger and Mbappe for free.
It's not going to be for free when them wages and them signing
fees. The wages ain't
hit.
free, but there's no transfer fees involved. They're going to have your ass with the wages. What? I mean, you've just upgraded your defence, midfield and attack for free.
Listen, have you not seen what PSG have offered Mbappe though? I think they've literally offered him €100 million sign-on fee.
Oh, fucking hell.
Earning like 50 mil a year, correct me if I'm wrong. And I don't know how you, in your right mind, football or not, can turn down someone saying, we're going to backhand you €100 million. Like,
what wouldn't you do for €100 million?
Nothing. Nothing. If you're telling me there's something that you wouldn't do for €100 million,
no, I'm pretty sure you could do what the fuck you wanted.
Now, realistically, though, what wouldn't you do for €100 million? There must be a few things.
I don't know. Fight a lion with a spoon.
But that's just dumb, though, isn't it? Because you won't be able to enjoy the €100 million.
That's it. But your family would. So you take him on for the team or what?
So you're asking me, would I sacrifice myself for €100 million for my family?
No. You might win.
No.
I'll give you all right, what about a ladle instead of a spoon?
No. Why would I do that? Not being greedy, but I want to enjoy it. Fuck that.
Well, what about the life that they could have? 100 million's generationally changing. It's not, you ain't just rich. Like the next 5 generations.
Someone saying... What?
Paul Wood says, I wouldn't shag either of you for €100 million. You're in denial, mate. You'd fucking love it.
I wouldn't.
You can pay someone to fight a lion with a spoon. No, these are conditions. Ian Madena says, I wouldn't eat shit. It's only a bit of shit, mate. What's the matter with you?
Yeah, so Anthony Williams says Real Madrid are also shifting so much of the wage with Hazard, Bale, and Isco. Where are they going to go, though?
Would I play for Liverpool for 100 million? Absolutely. I'd just try and fucking score.
What kind of questions are
the other net? Yeah, they'd be like, ooh, boo, you're playing for Liverpool. Yeah, cool. I'm going to build a fucking statue of Eric Cantona outside the COP with my 100 million and electrify the fences around it.
How much do you reckon it would cost?
What?
How much do you reckon that would cost? That statue?
Get a good statue for about 100 grand, I reckon.
100 grand statue that's probably vandalised within 2 hours.
3.2 seconds.
It is in Liverpool, remember that. It's a wrap.
There's a guy who fought a lion with a roll of toilet paper. Is there? Is he dead?
Yeah. The whole Mbappe family was in the Bernabeu last night.
Have you seen what happens when people get fucking mauled by tigers and thingies, lions?
Yeah.
You don't realise how pathetic humans are. Until you see them fight even like a big dog.
Or
just fucking killing you.
Or a 4 foot. Not even 4 foot.
Like a 15 kilogram mountain lion or something like that. It's gonna fuck you up even in 3 seconds.
Think about like a 3 foot chimp.
A 3 foot chimp. Forget about it. He's gonna pull your arms off.
You're gonna rip
and hit
your
you
arm
with a soggy end. Yeah. You see how strong chimps are?
Yeah, they're like. Is it like?
Oh, it's like 10x. Yeah.
I thought 10x. I thought it was like only like 3 adult men or something like that.
Yeah, on a baby. There was a study where
How
they give
though?
them.
I want to know.
They give them.
How am I?
They made them pull a lever, and they give them like fruit if they pulled a lever, and they progressively overloaded this lever until they couldn't fucking pull it back, and they put like 1,000 pounds on it. They're like one arm rowing this fucking lever. Like
How though? How?
Because they're just fucking jacked.
They're not. Some of them aren't jacked though.
No, they're all jacked. They're just hairy. They're jacked.
But some of them are like 60 pounds.
Yeah, and they're jacked. And it throw you through a wall.
All right, if you get a 60 pounds human that's jacked, I don't think if that's possible. They're still not doing that.
No, because humans are a different fucking animal, you lunatic.
No, but I just want to know how something that's 60 pounds can pull something or roll something up that's 1,000 pounds without looking like it doesn't match up. It's not like it's a gorilla doing it.
Hang on, let me show you this
it's a
fucking
chimp.
shaved chimp, and you see. There's I think a chimp with alopecia. I think. I don't know.
You googling a chimp with alopecia?
Yeah, because I want you to show you the fucking size of this little fucker. Look at that. Google
Jesus.
bald chimp.
Skeletal muscle.
Look at him. They're different. He ain't got a fucking membership for Gold's Gym. You're just cutting around the place that sort of jacked. Look at the fucking size of him. It's an old ass chimp. Look at him.
I had no idea they were that jacked. Jesus Christ.
They're so jacked. They're impossibly jacked. Look at the back on him. Fuck you up. They'd rip you apart. Yeah,
that's insane.
Will's just pulled it up on the screen now. They're fucking ups. Look at the triceps on him. He ain't doing push-ups. He's just fucking cutting about the place, eating grass. They're fucking absolutely jacked. Yeah, and I don't think you're gonna fuck it up in any way. I don't care if you know wrestling, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, or you've got a fucking big stick, right?
They don't constrict their stomach. They're just beasts.
Yeah. They're just gonna fuck you up a different
Shaved chimp, just look up Joe Rogan.
Craig says chimps have... Oh, he's deleted it. Harry says, yeah, if they decide to attack you, they're trying to rip your throat out. Is that a lion? So chimps apparently go for your cock and your fingers because that's what makes you human. They attack those things specifically.
Animals scare me, you know.
Yeah, they're fucking...
Do you know hippos bleed red? No. Oh, sorry. Let me rephrase that. 'Cause no.
Matrix says you don't get that big being vegan. Yeah? Tell that to gorillas. They could be 600 pounds. They don't even know how strong gorillas are.
Exactly.
I'd fucking love a pet gorilla.
It was sweat.
My company's called Gorilla, right? I fucking love gorillas.
Nah, gorillas are great. But it wasn't bleed red, it was sweat.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they sweat red apparently.
That's interesting.
Interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
An adult male chimp can rip your arm off without a problem. That's the thing is, would I go anywhere near a chimp though? Even at a zoo?
Where are they native to?
I think generally Africa, isn't it?
I have no idea.
I don't know. Like people in the comments are gonna know. They always know everything. Oh yeah, I didn't mean to say bleed. I meant to say sweat.
Central and West Africa.
West Africa, like Ghana. Places like that. Where is it that you can go where you literally engaging with the chimps? Not like at Chester Zoo where it's all gated off.
Oh, what about the monkey forest?
Yeah, monkey forest.
Oh, it's like, I think, I could be wrong, it was like Warrington St. Helens Way.
Is that safe? We've just been started talking about all their death machines.
It's not chimps though. They ain't chimps.
Okay.
And it's not baboons either. Hang on, let's have a look at it. Super chat from Brian says, show Ronaldo swimming in a river. Oh, sorry, Ronaldo salmon swimming in a river.
Salmon's my favourite seafood
Forest.
as well. I actually wouldn't mind that.
Trentham. So, is it Stoke-on-Trent? I didn't realise it was that. I didn't realise it was in Stoke. I thought it was West. So, I'll get what the animals are in there. Let me just have a look. It must be an about page, wasn't it? About us.
Steve's spirit animal is definitely gorilla, but they spelt it the military way.
I like the double entendre of that. Yeah. I'm just trying to see what the script is. Barbary macaws are what they are, so that's what they look like. So Barbary macaws are what the monkey forest is, and you can go and chill with them like that. Like I've took Blake. I could probably find the photos of us being there actually on here. So it would be like there, won't it? Somewhere. There you go. So that's how close you get to them. They're literally just.
I've literally not lived. Who said salmon's overrated? Are you mad? Salmon's perfect. And filet mignon. Them two, beautiful.
You just get to walk around the forest, and then like the monkeys are just chilling everywhere. Barbary macaws are pretty chill. Is it baboons? There's some that sit on your car and rip your fucking wing mirrors off, and there's a little thing in there that says.
Yeah, but how do you say that to insurance company?
You aren't insured. It says go through it at your own risk.
Okay, fair enough. Also, oh yeah, shit. Someone said Yusuf Patel to 37-year-old Modric. I forgot about that. You know, we talk about going back to you know, we're speaking about Benzema and what we were about. I was watching Modric last night and thought
character, ability.
No, but how close were we to signing him before we went to Madrid?
I think both of them.
It was between us two, innit? So we lost out on Benzema and Modric.
And apparently Lewandowski came out yesterday as well.
Came out.
I think it came out that we were in the mix for Lewandowski in 2012. I wonder if we was looking at Lewandowski or RVP, went with the more proven goal scorer at the time in RVP.
Worked out well.
It did, but with hindsight, would you have took the 500 goals Lewandowski could have scored over the 70 or whatever it was that RVP scored?
I don't know. See, hindsight.
Maybe we could have ended up with Lewandowski, Benzema as a forward too.
No, we wouldn't have gotten both though, would we?
I don't know, you know.
We wouldn't have needed to get Lewandowski if we had Benzema.
Gotham says, and Bale. I got an interesting one here. So, when did he sign for Madrid? Summer 2013 or 2012? Whenever it was, anyway. I think it was summer 2013.
It was after his best season. I didn't go to he didn't go. He went to Real Madrid a season late. So he actually wanted to go the summer before. Didn't let him go.
I think it was 2013.
Yeah.
I think it was 2013.
Yeah.
So, in 2013, you know, I know Kev Campbell, the ex-Everton Arsenal footballer. He was running a trial day at Woodley Sports, at Stockport Sports Village. Ben was involved. I think Ben was reffing it or something. They're basically just doing like a little 11-a-side trials. It was good. It was good to go down and see what the script was. But for those trials, there was a load of people kicking about. Now, I think Gareth's got a couple of younger brothers. I'm not sure if they're twins or if they're like within a year of each other or something like that. But he's got a couple of younger brothers. Now, Gareth Bale's dad was there at the thingy. And Kev Campbell goes to us, hey, you should have a word with him. And I said, why? And he goes, it's Gareth Bale's dad. So I went and had a word and I said, is Gareth coming to United then? And he goes, nah. He goes, I think he'll end up there one day. Obviously that wasn't correct, but he goes, I think this is 9 years ago, I guess. He goes, I think he'll end up there one day. He goes, his heart's really
could still be correct.
He goes, his heart's set on Madrid. And he said, from what I know, he goes, I don't think United have offered Tottenham what they want.
But if Bale leaves in the summer, which he probably is, where is he going?
I wouldn't ever put it past us signing him.
I don't put it past United signing Bale in the summer. Do you know what I mean? And I saw someone mention the Mourinho thing. It does start to look like Mourinho had a bit of truth in the stuff he was saying about what was wrong about the players and the personnel and the kind of culture at United.
The thing is, he was correct on that, but what he wanted to bring in, like Danny Rose, would not have worked either.
And he wanted to ship Martial early, didn't he?
Yep.
And everyone was against him for that.
At the time?
Yeah.
Hindsight's 2020.
You wanted to get rid of Martial and Pogba.
Harry says sliding doors moment of having Benzema, Lewandowski for half a decade instead of lurching from Falcao to Alexis to Ighalo. We missed out on Cruz as well. The Cruz one was interesting. So there was a United director that I saw in the away end at Southampton. Was Southampton the last game of the 2014 season? Vidic said goodbye. Rio didn't say goodbye because he didn't know he was fucking going, and then Woodward told him in the changing room afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
What an absolute dick move. So Rio never said goodbye to us as fans. But that day, I saw a United director, and I was like, come on, what's the crack? And I think he told me then we were signing Luke Shaw. He might have mentioned Herrera, and he said Tony Cruz. And I was like, shit, Tony Cruz, yeah. And then what happened is, and I'm so glad this has been like confirmed now by both Louis and Tony Cruz. Louis arrived at the club, and the club went, we've signed all these players. And he went, cool, don't want Tony Cruz.
Jesus.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Someone did say it earlier on, and we are sounding a little bit Arsenal-ish, looking at the players we could have signed. Because there's a little caveat where you're thinking United, players that have went to big clubs and done well, 9 times out of 10 United would have been linked.
We're always linked to him, but it's how close. So like Gareth Bale's old man, he was like, United have made an offer. I think he said whatever they'd offered, it was like cash plus Chicharito. And I think he said Spurs weren't interested in that, but Real Madrid was going to pay the cash that they wanted, and that was him. But also, Gareth wanted to go to Real Madrid more than he wanted to go to United.
Yeah.
I think he'd have come to us if they couldn't have agreed a deal with Real Madrid, but his choice was always Real Madrid. And like he said, I think he'll end up there one day. There was obviously some sort of desire to play for United, but it was clearly stronger to go to Madrid. Tony Cruz was agreed. We'd agreed a fee, and we'd agreed with a player. He was coming to United. And then Louis literally was like, nope, pulled the plug on it. That's not like, Arsene Wenger thinks he nearly signed everybody, but that one was a very close one. Like, I don't think the Gareth Bale one was that close. We was in for him, but he was always going Madrid. Lewandowski sounds like it was pretty close, and we'd agreed everything. But United, I think I'm assuming it's when we went with Van Persie rather than him. That's my guess. But how close? It's like the Morata thing. I think we'd strung him along enough to think he thinks he was coming, and then we fucking flipped it and signed Lukaku. You never know, do you?
Listen, I don't know, man. We've looking back on it, especially the close ones. Just in particular, I was watching yesterday and I thought Modric and Benzema, because they're two that I specifically remember being really, really, really close. When it was down to the last two, United or Madrid, they chose Madrid. It's worked out for them. They've had success.
Yeah, they've done all right.
It's not really worked out for us, has it?
No.
But
a lot of things haven't in the last decade, really, have they? To be fair,
it seems like quite often the player that we go in for alongside another big gun, when they do pick that other team, they end up being amazing, and then we end up losing out. And it's the exact same feeling I saw when Thingy's cameo yesterday, Camavinga. Camavinga looks like he's going to be a right player.
What's interesting, Mike Phelan told us today. Was you here when he came?
Yeah.
And he was saying, don't think he'd be a starter for us next season.
And apparently been raving about him there as well.
The games I've watched of him, he's played very well.
He come on and he looked very good. I was like, listen, if he's playing in League One, he was playing for Rennes, he was starting and playing 90 minutes every week at 18.
He goes to Real Madrid, pretty much does the same.
Yeah, arguably,
not exactly,
not really.
But pretty much.
Arguably their best player. He's got to have something about him.
Yeah.
And now he looked a lot more polished than I thought he was when I've seen him play little cameos for Madrid. And it's like, we've lost out on that as well. What is he, 19 now? He's going to have years to develop. He's going to become...
They're doing a rebuild, which might be a very successful one as well.
Looks like it.
It'll be a core of
Think about how good he could be in 5 years. And that is... United are missing out on those kind of signings. It's quite aggravating.
Super chat there from Aman Saxena says, of all the managers after Sir Alex, who would you give a second chance with this current team? And don't say none. There's only Louis or Ollie that you can touch, I think. And even then, it would be reluctantly. Like, why are we going back here with this? Did Louis pull a plug on the Schneider? I don't even know if Schneider was real. I don't even know if that was real. I don't know if that was real.
Okay. Yeah, Camavinga will probably become world class. I just thought a lot of the players, Valverde looked very good as well. It's like Real Madrid look like they're going to return back to being the title.
Well, they've had their own little cultural reboot in a way, haven't
Yeah,
they?
that's what I was going to say. There's kind of reminiscences of what they've done with us.
Shit, man. Look at what... Getting rid of Ramos and Varane was such a ballsy call.
Yeah.
Probably going to go further than either of those two players do in the Champions League this season, though.
Exactly. And my scary thing is, someone's mentioned Jude Bellingham. Are we concerned about not being able to actually get him if United don't show any kind of progression? Or because Jude Bellingham strikes me...
He's going to cost you 100 million.
He strikes me as a very ambitious young lad. I think he's smart enough to look at United in a year or two and think, is that the place for me to go and develop?
He might just be like, let me just see what other offers come in. United ain't the only club in world football.
And then he ends up at Man City.
That's a problem.
This is my nightmare.
That's a problem.
They're just such a problem.
Right.
Yeah.
Cheers for tuning in. We're out. Video at 6 o'clock. Make sure to go and check that out. Also, check out Manscaped. XG20 is the code. There's a link for that in the description. But while you're all here, as always, Paddock are moving forward as a football team. And we're looking for people to come and get involved on match day. We're going to be back at draws the next season. We need volunteers. We're expanding. We need more coaches. And there's going to be 2 lots of trials going on. We have an under-21 team, but we're really looking at having under-18s in that, so you've got room to grow into that team. So if you're under 18, you don't think you'd be anywhere near the first team, we have got another 21s for you. We're going to have 4 men's teams playing at different levels. We're in the middle of an application at the moment to Step 7, which puts us right on the path, in theory, to go all the way to the Premier League. Now, we all know we're not going to do that, but we are in the English football pyramid should our application be successful. If you want to come and get involved in the football club, keep your eyes on social for trials. If you're under 18 or 18 or under, we have got a place for you in under 21s, but we need coaches and volunteers for match day. So if you've got at least a level 1, you're interested in doing some coaching, we're going to have a lot of teams for you to be able to come and get involved in. Email hello@stretfordpaddockfc.com with all your details, and we'll get back to you over the summer if you're interested in coming and get involved in the football club. All good? All good?
All good.
Right, see you in the next one. Laters. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, 5-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.